The story breaking tonight has exploded across social media and late-night television alike, and it centers on a claim that few expected to resurface in such a dramatic way. According to multiple online reports, a previously unaired South Park episode allegedly featuring Meghan Markle has leaked, and its contents have now been discussed openly on live television. The reaction has been immediate, polarizing, and intense, with supporters calling it a gross invasion of privacy while critics argue it exposes long-standing contradictions surrounding the Duchess of Sussex. What began as a rumor circulating on fringe forums has rapidly become a mainstream media conversation, forcing networks, commentators, and audiences to confront uncomfortable questions about satire, celebrity power, and public accountability. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. The controversy reignited after a late-night panel show referenced what it described as a banned South Park episode, claiming clips and scripts had begun circulating privately among industry insiders. During the live broadcast, a guest commentator stated that the episode had originally been pulled due to pressure from powerful figures concerned about reputational damage. While the network stopped short of airing any footage, the discussion alone was enough to trigger a firestorm online. Within minutes, hashtags related to Meghan Markle, South Park, and censorship began trending, with millions weighing in on whether such an episode should ever have been suppressed in the first place. South Park, known for its aggressive satire and willingness to target public figures across politics and entertainment, has never shied away from controversy. From Hollywood elites to world leaders, the show has built its legacy on pushing boundaries many others avoid. That is why claims of a banned episode immediately raised eyebrows. Longtime fans questioned why a series that has mocked presidents, billionaires, and entire belief systems would suddenly draw a line. Media analysts suggested that the very idea of censorship only amplified public curiosity, creating a perfect storm once whispers of a leak emerged. As the discussion unfolded on live TV, commentators framed the alleged episode not as a personal attack, but as a critique of celebrity activism, branding, and victimhood narratives. According to those describing it, the satire focused on what they called performative outrage and the monetization of personal struggles. Meghan Markle, a figure who has frequently spoken about media mistreatment and personal trauma, was portrayed symbolically rather than directly, a common technique used by the show to comment on broader cultural trends. Still, many viewers interpreted the descriptions as unmistakably aimed at her public persona. Supporters of Meghan Markle were quick to push back, accusing commentators of reviving harmful stereotypes and engaging in coordinated character assassination. Advocacy groups argued that discussing an unaired episode crossed an ethical line, particularly when the subject has previously spoken about mental health and harassment. They questioned why broadcasters would give airtime to what they viewed as unverified claims, warning that such coverage risks normalizing targeted mockery under the guise of satire. On the other side of the debate, critics argued that public figures who actively shape their narratives through interviews, documentaries, and media deals cannot selectively reject satire when it becomes uncomfortable. They pointed to the long history of South Park skewering powerful celebrities as part of a broader tradition of free expression. From this perspective, the alleged banning of the episode became the real scandal, raising concerns about whether influence and status can silence creative criticism. What escalated the situation further was the suggestion, made during the live broadcast, that excerpts from the leaked material were being quietly shared among producers and journalists. Though no verified clips have been publicly released, descriptions alone were enough to fuel speculation. Some media commentators claimed the episode mirrored themes already explored in previous South Park storylines, exaggerating public behavior to expose perceived hypocrisy. Others insisted that without seeing the content, no fair judgment could be made, calling for restraint amid the online frenzy. Industry insiders weighed in as well, noting that unaired episodes are not uncommon in television production, often shelved for legal, timing, or creative reasons. However, the framing of this episode as banned specifically due to its subject matter gave the story a sharper edge. Legal experts speaking after the broadcast emphasized that networks frequently avoid airing content that could provoke costly litigation, regardless of artistic intent. In that light, the decision to pull an episode may have been pragmatic rather than conspiratorial. Still, the narrative of suppression proved irresistible to audiences already divided over Meghan Markle's relationship with the media. For years, she has been both praised as a voice against institutional bias and criticized as a polarizing celebrity figure. This latest controversy tapped directly into that divide. Some viewers saw the live TV discussion as overdue scrutiny, while others saw it as another example of relentless targeting that ignores nuance and context. International reaction followed quickly. In the UK, tabloids framed the story as evidence of growing fatigue with royal-adjacent controversies, while American outlets focused on free speech and cancel culture debates. Social media platforms became battlegrounds, with short clips of the live TV segment circulating alongside opinionated commentary. Influencers and pundits rushed to stake their positions, often amplifying the most extreme interpretations for engagement. Amid the noise, official responses were notably absent. South Park's creators did not comment, nor did representatives for Meghan Markle issue a statement addressing the specific claims. Media analysts suggested that silence might be strategic, allowing the story to burn itself out rather than prolonging attention. Yet each hour without clarification seemed only to deepen speculation, as audiences filled the gaps with their own assumptions. The broader implications of this episode extend beyond any single celebrity. The situation has reignited debates about who controls narratives in modern media, how satire functions in an era of heightened sensitivity, and whether powerful figures can or should influence what gets aired. It also highlights the paradox of censorship in the digital age, where attempting to suppress content often ensures it becomes more sought after. As the dust continues to swirl, one thing is clear: the leaked discussion has reopened unresolved tensions between fame, criticism, and accountability. Whether the episode ever truly existed in the form described may ultimately matter less than what the controversy reveals about public trust in media institutions. For many viewers, the live TV moment symbolized frustration with perceived double standards, while for others it underscored the need for responsible discourse that avoids reducing complex individuals to caricatures. The coming days will likely bring further analysis, possible fact-checking, and perhaps official clarifications. Until then, the story remains a powerful reminder of how quickly narratives can spiral when secrecy